grab this stream quickly. Come on, phone, work with me. Oh, come on, I want the F2 stream so I can read Chatto. I don't want the 2018 Canadian Grand Prix qualifying. Thank you. Let me just turn it up so I can test quick. Yeah, cool. That's good enough for me. Right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round number 2, races 3 and 4 of Season 2, Revolution F1 Formula 2. We are here for the Vietnam Grand Prix, the second out of 10 races this season. Last week was very topsy-turvy weekend. We had, obviously, the rain of the feature race, and then the absolute carnage that was the sprint race, but even though there was only, I think, 11 drivers last week, it was still pretty exciting racing, so hopefully more can follow this week. We have 12 this time, rather than 11, so hopefully we'll be in for some beautiful action. Green King is the only driver out on track in the Campos so far, so we'll just ride on board with him for his first lap of this track. One of the only tracks in the entirety of the history of the sport, both F1 and F2, or more towards F1, that was supposed to have a race and didn't. Oh, that's a bit of a tap with the wall for Green King. So they were supposed to go around here on 2020, obviously, but Big Daddy Rona struck and we didn't get to go around this track. Some people think that's a good thing. Some people, if you're like myself and you're more into the unorthodox tracks, it's a bit of a bad thing. You know, nothing against this track. Quite wide through turn 2 there for Green King. Or cuts turn 3 and invalidates. It's a very short-lived lap for the Campos driver. Let's see, Chatto. Oh, we've got a bit of Chatto going on right now. Hello, 5 Crown. A little bit tired. That's not ideal for the next 2 hours of racing. Good evening to Kisbo as well in chat, one of my PGR colleagues I've known for quite a while. Rain in the first race. Interesting. So that's going to throw all kinds of spanners into the works then. I'm going to assume that also means it's it's basically a carbon copy of last week, where it's a wet feature race and a dry sprint. If last week was anything to go off, this is going to be a really good weekend, despite the track being notoriously hard to overtake and follow through. Bradford up to his usual antics of being on wet tyres. Fair enough, I suppose. You get another, 2 sets in Formula 2? But don't want to be doing that too much. Burning out your wets for no reason other than a very high probability of putting it in the wall, but Brad is not the sharpest tool in the shed. I've come to learn over these few years of racing with him. So Funky Cactus, well, that makes 13 with Aaron joining. So Funky Cactus will be the next driver to attempt a lap around this notoriously difficult circuit, braking T1 just about when the curb starts, getting the rotation in for the car, staying in second gear. Oh, round he goes. And scrape the wall. Claire, the media person, will not be happy about that. You scraped the wall a few times. Were you struggling for grip? Nah, love. I was just upping my drift points. We also have Taz on the wet tyres as well. So Bradford and Taz on the wets. With Funky, he is on the dries, but he did invalidate his lap. Going through turn 3, looking like the corner that's going to catch these drivers out. the most as Aaron slots into his car. Green King back out on the circuit on the medium tyres again. It's going to be quite a long qualifying session, as per usual with Formula 2, 30 minutes of just one session, and realistically they only have one set of qualifying tyres, which is the softs, which is what Funky Cactus is on now. But these mediums that Loki has selected and Green King is currently out on are actually your sprint race tyres. So it's a bit it's stabbing yourself or shooting yourself in the foot, really, using these tyres. Unless it's going to rain in the sprint race as well. But then obviously, as these guys have informed me that it's rain in the first race, they should then get to keep their other set of mediums, which they'll then most likely use in the sprint race anyway. So yeah, it does make sense when you think about it. Question, why is Brad on the wets when it's not raining? Because Brad is one of those people that no matter how many times you slap him across the wrist for doing bad things, he'll carry on doing them. This league does not actually prohibit use of wet tyres in qualifying, unlike SRL do. Yeah, so there's no real rule against it. I don't think there ever has been. I don't think there ever will be. If you get in someone's way that's on the dries and you're on the wets, then basically you've got a slam dunk penalty coming your way, plus probably an ample amount of hate as well. Brad, first driver across the line at 2:08.7 on the wets after scraping the walls many times. There's a big rear lock up into turn 1 as well. Round he goes. Taz is in the middle sector at the moment, but for now, as he's on a dry lap, we'll ride on board with Green King through turn 2 and now 3, which is now farther than any driver has got thus far. Well, who's actually going on the dry tyres. Now coming into the end of the first sector split, braking about 120 metres for this corner into the long sweeping left-hander with the short little kink right onto this massively long back straight with one of the sorest excuses of a DRS zone I think I've ever seen. This DRS zone I think is actually shorter than the other two. It's definitely shorter than the one just before that, in between turns 4 and 5. Braking hard for the hairpin, the hardest braking point and traction point of the circuit. Really easy to mess up, really easy to mess up in many ways, but it's looking like a pretty solid lap so far from Green King. Through the last sector, really flowing in a Formula 1 car, but not looking anything like that in a Formula 2 car. Looking very difficult to handle, but better these guys than me. Taz has gone faster than Brad's wet time on his wet tyres by about 3.7 seconds. But Green King is about to put an actual lap on the board here. Ooh, kiss the wall at the last corner. And it's a 1:50.3, very respectable time from the Campos. We also have Aaron out on the wets as well. It's quite a common theme. Usually Aaron and Brad will be out on the wet tyres at the beginning of quali. Well, at least Brad's learnt his lesson from last week compared to... this week compared to last week, where he went out with 10 minutes to go on the wets, rather than going out at the very beginning of the session. And then I asked him why. He was like, I was doing a reconnaissance lap. I was like, what, 20 minutes into qualifying? Okay. Okay. Don't Kieran drive this league? Kieran is Apollo 5, and he does. However, I don't think he's racing tonight for one reason or another. Which, it's fair enough. He did inform us that he couldn't race, so... That's that's down to him. Hopefully nothing nefarious going on behind the scenes and nothing bad for him. Don't really wish. It's not ideal when anyone misses races, but obviously there are lots and lots and lots of times that you cannot help it. Aaron clouting the wall at turn 3. Yeah, there are plenty of times where you either just need a race off, you know, like 1 week off, or if you're me, 4, and then lose all forms of talent that you had in 4 weeks of not playing the game. But hopefully he'll be back on the grid for the next race, which I believe is either the Netherlands or is it France? Oh no, because I think they did the 2019 calendar last time. I'll have to quickly look. Yeah, I'll have a look on the little calendar thing. In chat somewhere. I'll find it eventually. There we go. Oh no, we're at China next week, and we do have the Netherlands, but that's in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, much shorter calendar this time out. Only 10 races compared to last season's 12. So there's a lot less time to recover any mistakes or any bad races that you have throughout this championship. But you have 2 weekends less, which in F1 did... in F1 that would only be 2 races. But in F2 that's technically 4 races, because you do each track twice per weekend with the feature race and sprint. We did the 2020 calendar before Corona. Alright, fair enough. And then Nightbot giving a cheeky little plug. So hang on, this is a bit of... there's a bit of favouritism going on here. How come Nightbot is allowed to put in links but no one else is? Nightbot has paid off many people to sit on top of his little rocking chair. It's not rocking chair, is it? It's high horse. But I'm calling out Nightbot on his BS, and I'll challenge him to a 1v1 at some point. Non-Ripe Loki has gone to the top of the timing sheets with a 1:49.5. Only 2 tenths clear of Green King, and on the softer compounded tyres. So either Loki's just trying to get a lap on the board, or Green King is incredibly fast. Oh, there's Taz being wheeled back into... I've never known that to be a camera, where I get to look at the car actually go back in. Let's see if I can get it on the... Here we go. Okay. I don't know if that's an intentional thing on the game's part, but I can kind of watch them go back in. Mr. Tallow on a lap now. I think he's on a lap. It's definitely saying that he's on one. There is a timer at the top of the screen, so... it's right on board with the man of the people, everyone's favourite, Mr. Tallow. Cross the line now, and a 1:52.2 for the MP. And there is someone bouncing behind him. Oh, it's Aaron. Taz has gone out on the set of mediums. So he'll most likely be the next driver to set a time. Loki looks like he's coming back into the pits at the moment. He's about 2.5 seconds down on his time through the middle sector, so that's definitely a return to the pits for the Charoos. So, last time out, Aaron won both races. I'm trying to think who else had either a good or a bad showing. I believe it was then, yeah, it was Tazonic second over the weekend, and then Stewart third over the weekend. Nicholas finally got off to a god tier start. Oh, Taz's ears must be burning because he's just joined as I've mentioned him. Oh, Funky's out on the wets as well. A lot of people out on the wet tyres at the moment. Yeah, Nicholas finally got off to a good start last week, but then it all came undone during the feature race. And then had a disaster sprint race. The Carlins had a disaster weekend as well. So far, the man to beat right now is Aaron. First in the championship by a fair while. There is a big cluster though, from I think second to about fifth. They're separated by about 5 points. So it's all to play for in the kind of middle, and Aaron just needs to keep his kind of weekends flowing. Ooh, that's a hit the wall for Taz there. He just needs to keep his weekend flowing and keep the same momentum he had in Australia, and then he will extend his championship lead even more. I don't know if it's just me, or it doesn't seem that Tazonic is in a car, unless I'm blind. Has someone else just joined? No, I didn't notice. Stuart was always in the lobby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's have a quick look at the race director, shall we? I don't know, maybe I'm hallucinating. Maybe I'm going nuts. Probably. Non-right blokey with a 149.5. Slight improvement over his last time, I don't think by much. Can have a quick look. Oh, what? Oh, right, okay, it's just because I've paused and I didn't get the notification earlier saying he'd gone fastest. I was going to say, that's pretty impressive to set an identical time to the one that he did to get him on provisional pole while being in the pit lane. You know, that's dedication. Oh, Stewart's in the wall. Zombez is on a lap, so right on board with the Trident, going through turns 5 and 6. Ooh, touch of the curb. Car didn't agree with him. Almost went round. "11 minutes left of qualifying now." Oh, there we go. Now it's kind of fixed itself. Tazonic now has a car. So there are 14 people in the lobby now. So hang on, who were the two that joined? Oh, Aaron and Tazonic were the two that joined. As I say, I thought there was 12 at the beginning of qualifying, and there was. And then Aaron joined, and now Tazonic has joined. So 14 now. That's 3 more than last week. Always good, the more the merrier. Only 8 drivers missing, theoretically. Although I'm not sure how it works anymore, because now that there's a 22 car grid, and there's only 22 slots in a lobby, unless they've made the lobby sizes bigger, so it is 24, but then theoretically you can only have 21 drivers in a session. Zombes goes third with a 150.6, only slightly ahead of Mr. Taddo. Mr. Taddo for the win, confirmed. Oh, Funky Cactus has gone round. Keeps out of the wall. Taz FW is on an outlap. Aaron's not shifting up out of first gear. RF on Platinum, the man on fire last week, but just had incidents, made a couple of mistakes. Definitely could have been definitely was up there with Aaron before he spun in the feature race, which cost him a podium. and just got caught up in incidents in the feature. No. Sprint. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I've just seen the Dams go to the moon at the end of their straight, being funky. Green King goes fastest with the 1:49.0. That's 6/10 clear of anyone else. Yeah, Funky's gone just straight up that little escape road there. I'm not entirely sure what's gone on there. Don't know if he had a wheel disconnect or... We'll have to... There we go. 5 viewers so far, welcome everyone. Approaching the latter stages of qualifying now. Not too far away from the proper action. Currently it's Green King on provisional pole, but a lot of people left to go out on track. On actual laps, yeah, actual laps rather than being on dry tyres, wet tyres, sorry, or just left to set laps in general. And first of these is RF on Platinum. We'll stay on board a lap with him, try and do a hot lap, hopefully get around to braking, run about 100 metres, getting it nice and rotated for turn 1. Gotta wait till the front end bites in this car. But Platinum's taking the first few corners very nicely indeed, now through turn 3 into 4 and 5. And rides the curb beautifully. Keeping it as straight as possible, that's what we want through that section of corners. Now it's the end of the first sector split. It's taken that very nicely indeed. Yeah, keeping the wider line, that's what you want through there. You want to hug the wall through most of the corner and then slowly cut back in, so you can keep the exit as straight as possible, maximise the speed along this straight. DRS open about 4 weeks too late because this straight is cursed. And that DRS should be longer, braking hard around about 100 metres for the hairpin, keeping it in second gear. Beautifully done from Platinum. Now into the last sector, the most technical part of the circuit. You want to hug these walls as much as humanly possible when you meet them, but not too much that you go into them. He's taking that beautifully. Only 3 corners left to go now. Keeps it to the right. And now switches to the left. Stays against the wall. Turn in. Let the front end bite. Beautifully done. This is going to be a really good lap time. 48.3 from Platinum there. That is 7/10 clear of Green King, the next fastest car. And that is now provisional pole for Platinum. Aaron's on a lap now, I think. Let's wait and see as he crosses the line. 1:51.6 goes P7. Richard's on a lap, as well as 5 Crown and Nicholas. Nicholas is invalidated. Only 5 minutes left to go of this session. We'll ride on board. Who'll be first? Will be Richard. And then it'll be 5 Crown. Or will it? Ooh, that's a big lock up there from Richard. Not getting the power down as quickly as he wanted to. Just keeping it nice and neat though through this S section, taking it very cautiously. Big lock up for the ART. Being very cautious. You're still getting. Oh, that's round. Lock of the rears. Don't rejoin yet. There's cars behind you on a lap. Don't know if he's held up Stuart there. Is that Stuart or is that Tado? Oh, it's Tado. Five Crown goes second with 1:49.0. That's really tight between Five Crown and Green King. Richard slotted into P9 with his lap of 2 minute 1.4. Bradford's on a lap now on the dries, as well as Tazonic and Nicholas. Nicholas has invalidated, but he's starting a new one. Ooh, excuse me, I do apologise. Let's see who will actually be next then. Well, Green King will start a lap. Aaron is invalidated, so it is Tazonic next. Platinum's retired, he's happy on that lap. He's got a 7/10 buffer to the next car, so I'd definitely be happy with that. Now the last sector. It's saying that he's on nearly an 8-minute lap time. I don't know how legitimate that is, but we're right on board anyway. Keeping this nice through this last sector here. Been quite backing off quite a lot. I'll have to wait and see. I don't know if this is an actual lap or not. Across the line? No, it's not. Okay, so the game just told me he was on a lap when he wasn't. Alright, so right on board with Bradford then. He'll be the next driver. But Boyley is a 5 Crown. That's 5 Crown. Oh, he's a massive way up. And he's taken pole by a 1/10 of a second, 48.2. Bradford next across the line, 8th, 1:51.3. It's not too bad. Tazonic, purple first sector. Nicholas will be next, rounding the last few corners now. Another very solid lap. End to the lap. 48.5 goes P4. Stewart slotted up into P2. I've only just noticed as well, just shy off of 5 Crown there. I'm sure he can be very happy with that lap. Green King. It says he's down on it, it's like yes he is. He's starting a new lap then. Bradford's getting a bit of a cheeky toe from this ART, which I believe is Richard, yes it is. Ooh, that's almost round for Rich. I don't know if Brad's going to be coming back into the pits or not, but if he's not, he's going to want Richard to get out of the way. Oh, he was up on his time and he's hit the back of him. I think Richard's just broken that a little bit too early and Brad's gone into the back of him. He's almost binned it himself. Not sure if that will be looked at by the stewards or not. It depends if Brad or Richard send that in. I mean, they're most likely to party with each other, so probably not, but well, the Stewart's invalidated and he's round at the last corner as well. That's not going to have any chances of going even faster in this qualifying session. Zombez starts a lap. Bradford is going for a new one, so he was definitely held up there by the ART of Richard. He comes back into the pits. Qualifying is pretty much over now. Who will be next to actually set out that time? Is it Green King? Yes, it is Green King. So right on board with the Campos. Rounding the last corner now. All grey to the wall. That's lost him some time. Only a slight improvement, doesn't improve position, stays P6. Riding on board now with Taz FW. Interestingly, qualifying on the medium tyres rather than the softs. Maybe feels more comfortable on these ones, but big lock up into the second to last corner there. twitchy at the rear as well. Rounding the last corner now. Ooh, scrape the wall. And it's a 1:49.1. Let's put in P8. It's a very respectable time there. As hang on, Tazonik has just gone fastest. We'll say someone's just gone fastest. I didn't get the notification at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, Tazonik has taken pole position. 48.1. That is an amazing lap time there. 5 Crown is out of fuel. Stewart's, it's just his AI. Zombez is on a lap, as is Bradford and Aaron. So we'll ride on board Bradford first because he'll be first. Then it'll be Zombez, then it'll be Aaron. But so far, Tazonik on pole now. He's taken the fastest lap slot away from pole position slot away from Taz. Brad doesn't improve. Well, he does improve, but doesn't improve position. Zombez around the last corner now. Hits the wall. That's backed out of that lap. It's ride on board with Aaron now. Back down in P12, championship leader. After the first 2 races, everything went his way last week, and he's on the back foot so far. P12 around the last corner. Can he improve up the grid? No, he can't. P12 for the championship leader. That is huge. Just waiting now for 5 Crown to limp back to the pits with no fuel in the car. But that is your grid for the F2 RF1 Season 2 Round 3 grid. Or, round 2, Race 3. Tazonik starts from pole position with 5 Crown P2, Stewart P3, Platinum down in 4th, Nicholas 5th, Non-Rope Loki 6th, Green King 7th, Taz on the medium tyres qualifies 8th, Zombez 9th, Mr. Tado starting inside the top 10. It's beautiful work from Mr. Tado. Bradford P11, Aaron championship leader, disappointing qualifying for him down in P12. Richard 13th, fair while off the pace, but he is still getting used to his wheel. And Funky Cactus, who just retired on his wet time, down in P14. Now, from what I've been told, it is a wet wet feature race at least. I don't know about the sprint. Maybe it's dry. Mr. Tado said this is his best track and he's determined to win. I'd love to see Mr. Tado win a race. Like, if Mr. Tado wins, that's it. Championship's over. No one else is having it. If Tado wins a race, like, we need a race like from Division 2 is like, you know, when Italy and Abu Dhabi and Austria have this big thing. I'll keep the monetization intact. You know, they have this big nice birthday party, and then the prize is Mr. Tado winning a race. There's no way I could have said that without sounding Peggy 18, so that's the best I could manage. But pretty immediate start, and it is definitely wet, so this could be a full wet feature race. There's the marshal there with the green flag right at the back, but here we go, underway for the feature race formation lap. 16 laps, and not going to be short by any means for our drivers here. Pouring it down with rain, that's going to really increase the lap time. It's what 148s in qualifying, so it's probably about 154s, 155, probably about between 54 and 56. In a dry race, so it's going to be well in excess of over 2 minutes a lap. So it's going to be a very long feature race for our drivers here, very challenging. The added challenge of a street circuit plus the rain. And it's bad enough doing Monaco or Baku in the rain, but Vietnam, a track that no one, really knows all that well. It's never hosted an F1 race. It's was meant to be new for F1 2020 in real life, but never got around to racing it, and they added it to the game anyway. Just so then there was something to go off in terms of the track. But I don't really think this circuit really... It's quite hard to justify the hate for this circuit. I can understand the hate for Russia, because I loathe that track as well. I don't really know what other tracks not many people like. Catalonia, I can kind of understand the hate. I can kind of in a way for this track as well. Like, it doesn't look very good for racing. It doesn't look particularly exciting. But for a track to drive on, it is a lot of fun because it's a challenge. Like, I do actually like the look of this new Jeddah circuit. The only thing that's not good about it is all like the politics going on in that country. Being very against human rights and everything like that. And all that stuff. So the idea of F1 in their current state as well, of their new politic campaign going to a country like Saudi Arabia, just kind of spells trouble, really. But anyways, enough about the real life politics. We're here for the Formula 2 race, the feature race here, round number 3, race number 3, round 2. Waiting for the lights to come on now. 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go. It's going to be a very tentative start from everyone. That's quite a bad start from Platinum there. Didn't really get off the line. Taz has had a really good start. He's already gone. Mr. Tado is apparently up into P2. The timings are all glitched. I'll have to wait a minute for these to sort themselves out a bit. I believe it was Tazonic leading the race. Yes, it is. But Tazonic leads from 5 crown from Stewart. I believe that's Loki in P4, so I think it's just discounting everyone but the top 2 at the moment, because they're all going off at the moment. We have Zombez and Nicholas side by side. There's a yellow flag already. That's Taz round. Not ideal for him at all. It's going to be carnage. Nicholas down the inside of Zombez there into the long corner. Don't know if he's going to get that done around the outside, is he? He's going to keep his nose in there, still side by side. And Zombez holds off the position for now. But you have Green King now pouncing on Nicholas after his compromised run through that corner, battling Zombez. Maybe Green King can even have Zombez here as well. Tiny little lift into around the outside. Let's have a quick look here. I think he's going to get this done. Zombez braces the bait late, pushes him wide. Oh, that's round from Nicholas and Platinum. Or is that Nicholas and Funky? Well, that's definitely one of the Dams cars. Oh, there's Bradford in the wall as well. That's someone round. That's Tazonic. The race leader is round. Oh, that is huge for this race. It's Richard and... Richard's round as well. That is huge. Tazonic has spun. Richard spun again, I believe. But now that means 5 crown leads from Loki's up into 2nd, Stewart in 3rd, Green King 4th, Zombez 5th, Aaron 6th already, Bradford 7th, even though I thought he spun a minute ago, but fair enough. It's gained time from spinning, understandable. Platinum down into 8th, Funky in 9th, Mr. Tado stays in 10th position. Nicholas, though, is going to relegate him down to P11. And there we go, Primo driver up into P10, Taz in the pits, Tazonic stays out. And Richard down at the back. A bit of a torrid time for him at the moment. But right on board now. Is that not a... Oh, right, okay, it's just the timings have glitched yet again. I was going to say, isn't Loki 2nd? Because there was a Charus in 2nd. But he is, it's just this game is not very esports ready. Richard spun around again at the last corner. Not one of the best of weekends. but so far at the front it is 5 Crown leading, but Loki's closing him down. Oh, there we go, I think the timers are going to sort themselves out. Stewart and P3 with Green King. Oh, wow, okay. And Green King has left the session after that. I think that looked a lot worse than it actually was. I think Stewart got a bit of a rear end twitching because Green King went for a move. Yeah, I think that just looked a lot worse than it actually was. But Green King has just left the session because of that. That's not really the way to go. So I believe the same rules apply to pretty much every other league as they do this one. Anyone below Green King will now be elevated up a position. Someone spun. It was Bradford. Oh dear. That's not good. But yeah, back at the front. Loki has caught 5 a lot. And he could be on for a win here. Loki is an absolute connoisseur of the wet on this game. He's just so quick. And Stewart stays in third. He's got yellow flags again. I think that's Mr. Taddo, is it? Yes, it is. Mr. Taddo's round. Green King's AI has pit. Tazonik sets the fastest lap of the race. He's going to be on a comeback drive now. Yeah, Green King and Bradford have both pit. So I imagine Bradford will be going to the end of the race now on those tyres. You can do most of the race on the wet tyres, it's quite easy. Richard spun again. There's always the probability of a safety car, especially around this track, and especially in these conditions. But Zombez has just been passed by Platinum, round the outside, and keeps the move done by the looks of it. Yep, Platinum defends well. Zombez has a bit of a kick of overstep, but Platinum does as well. That's going to open the door back up for Zombez to try and take the move, try and take the position back. Lovely little battle for P4 here. Here we go, Zombez looking for the move. Side by side. Is he going to have this done? No, he's not. He just doesn't have the straight line speed that Platinum does. Is he going to lunge it down at the hairpin? No, I think it's better of it. Best thing to do, especially in conditions like this. But Nicholas is already on the back of Tazonik, and Tazonik is already back up into P8, which is sprint race pole. That's a madness to go from pretty much last to the... Oh, Nicholas is in the wall. He's just lost it. Into the wall he goes. But back up at the front, it's still Loki trying to find his way past 5. It's quite hard to overtake, and especially in the rain. So Loki's going to have his work well and truly cut out for him here, as Aaron picks up a penalty for exceeding track limits. That's entering the pits as well. I'm sure that would be removed. Bradford has spun again at the hairpin. Oh, that's a bit of a track extend from 5 there. Loki's still on his tail. I don't think he's gonna have. He's definitely not having a move on this straight, but if he gets a good enough exit out of it, he could definitely try into the hairpin. But 5 Crown making up so far for his disastrous weekend last time out. Well, currently leading this race, but Loki is up into P2 and he's right on his gearbox, not really giving him any room to breathe. Gaining on the straight. I don't think he's going to be gaining enough to go for a move. Or I don't know if he fully sends it. No, he's not close enough, and Loki's a smart driver, thinks better of it. Stays behind. As Richard's Richard's car there, just ahead, getting right out of the way. It was ghosting on anyway, so it shouldn't really matter, but understanding what the blue flags mean and respecting them well. Zombez made a mistake. Not Zombez, Funky made a mistake. I think he has. Has he got front wing damage? Oh, he has. Oh, that's really big. Yeah, that's a massive shame. He was up really far as well. He could pit and go for the undercut. Quick look. Loki doesn't have to drive out of the last corner that time round to try and go for a move. He's going to have to wait. He's really got to pick his moment well. Stewart having a bit of a quiet one in P3 at the moment, but Platinum looks like he's hunting him down. 1.5 seconds up on his PB, 3 seconds behind Stewart. Zombez as well on the move. Tazonix, that's the fastest lap of the race. He's a man on a mission after his misdemeanor on the first lap. And he's got Funky and Zombez directly ahead of him. If those two squabble, like I think they're going to, so within range to start battling now. They're going to hold each other up, and Tazonix just going to pick the moment, and off he'll go. It's Nicholas into the pits. That elevates Mr. Tado into P8, which would be sprint race pole. As Richard Hutch points out in chat. Hello, Teddy Ruckspin. Hope I've got your name right. All we know is Tado's hopefully getting points while he's in P8 at the moment, so he's definitely on course to. Ooh, Nicholas and Taz are side by side there. Oh, big switch from Nicholas. Is he still going to have enough of a run to get the move done on the HWA? The Squashies car. No, he's not. He thinks better of it. Maybe could a chance to move there into turn 7, but didn't want to. Or turn 6 rather, sorry. I believe it's turn 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it is turn 6. Cool. Just had to double check that in my head. Oh, that's someone around. That's Bradford again. Torrid weekend so far for him. But staying in it so far. And 5 has actually started to drop Loki. He's finding his rhythm, finding his groove. He sets the fastest lap of the race for good measure as well. It's definitely showing why. Funky Cactus has pit, which will release Zombez into P6. Tazonix, sorry, into P6. He's just behind Zombez, so he's in P5. Could see a move here soon from the man on the mission in the Charouse, driver number 11. Good. Always good to get someone's name right. One of the things I've always struggled with in streaming is looking at people's names in chat and being like, how the hell do I say that? Taz has got a really good run here out of turn 5. Down into 6. He's going to move around the outside. No, he's not. He doesn't have it on the brakes. Is he going to wait? No, he's not. He's just going to go for it. Oh, that is a beautiful move there. He's got that stuck. Yes, he has. That is a beautiful move from Taz on it there. It's just a shame the off-board cameras are really bad through there. That was really, really great racing between these two. Platinum's on the back of Stewart. Loki's caught back up as well to 5. He's found a bit of pace. And the fight first continues between 5 and Loki. As Nicholas gets past Green King's AI. Right on the back of Taz still. Oh! That is a code brown if I've ever seen one. Bradford has retired in the S section there. He's lost control of the car and hit the wall. Is that going to be a safety car? Non-right Loki sets the fastest lap of the race. I'll be very shocked if that's not a safety car. Oh, Nicholas is round. Nicholas seems to get into a rhythm and then just breaks it, making a small little mistake as Richard kills the board. Can I get an F in chat for the polystyrene board that has been brutally murdered by the ART of Richard? Justice for pit boards. Platinum is on the back of Stewart now as well. We could see a move here as well sometime soon. Aaron just about to pass Green King's AI and does so. Now he's on the back of Taz. And they're both on the... Taz is on the back of Mr. Tado as well. But here we go. Platinum down the inside, replicating what Tazonic did. Can't quite do it though. Doesn't have the drive. That's put Stewart off a little bit. He's had to compromise his line. Mr. Tado has lost a place now to Taz, but he still has a chance of points. And here we go, Platinum on the straight. Past he goes. Yep, a little bit of a lift from Stewart there. He knows he's quicker. He's just going to let him through, stick with him. 9 viewers. Hello everyone. Welcome. Joining us halfway through. We're just about halfway through. Oh, Platinum's gone again. Careful on the rejoin there, son. I know you ghosted, but massively unfortunate for Platinum. Just got himself up into a podium position and just lit up the rears a bit too much by the looks of it. But that promotes Stewart back up into 3rd. Loki is still on the back of 5, just not finding great pass. 5 sets the fastest lap of the race as well. These guys are just trading that fastest lap each and every time they pass that start-finish line. Lap 8 at 16, halfway through now. As Tazonic takes the fastest lap as well. Oh, that is a mistake from 5 there. Is that going to open the door? Oh, has a beautiful run now. I think Loki's going to have this. Round the outside he looks. Onto the left, side by side, into turn number 7. Who's going to be later on the anchors? It looks to be Loki. 5 sticks his nose in there though. They're going to be side by side. Loki's got the move done, has he? Unless 5 can come back at him here, which he can't at the moment. That is Loki up into the lead of the feature race here in Vietnam. That is a beautiful, beautiful battle between these two, but it's not over yet. 5 rounds gaining on this straight. Is he going to go for a move into the hairpin? I wouldn't imagine so. No, he doesn't. Loki goes that little bit defensive though. A little bit of a kiss of the rear there. As Richard's round again. Taz has not left his pit box. Oh, there we go. He has. It's just the game didn't want him to leave on my screen. Oh, that's an unsafe release, I think, from MP. There you go, Mr. Tado has got back ahead of Taz in the pit stops there. Nicholas is still carrying that front wing damage, I think. Yes, he is. So he's going to want to pit some point soon. Green King, still an AI. Not joining back to the session by the looks of it. As 5 pits. But crucially, Loki stays out the extra lap. That is huge for this race. So could we see Loki overcut 5? That would be very interesting indeed. Platinum is on the back of Zombez as well. Tazonix, it's a new fastest lap. He's absolutely flying. That's a very unsafe release there. From the ART into 5. Richards a lap down, obviously. And 5 wastes no time in overtaking him, just goes through the pit lane. But we'll have to monitor the gap now between Loki and 5. Loki is 4 and a bit tenths up in that first sector alone now that he's in clear air, now that he's got no one else to worry about. So he's really got to go for it if he wants to overcut 5 in the Carlin. And And he's also going to have to hope for a really good pit stop from his pit crew. I believe, if we have a look at the pit stops... Yes, only the top 2 left to pit now. For their, like, proper stop. Which... we'll have to wait and see what that does for these two, because I think Taz will have to stay out the extra lap, as he's the car behind, so he doesn't risk pitting and losing a lot of time. Is this the last F2 race? No, this is only the second one. Or the second weekend. There's still 8 weekends after this. We have the feature race shortly after... the sprint race shortly after this one. All set to 3 yellows, that is Richard round. Loki pits. Let's ride on board with 5 and see where he comes out in retrospect to Loki. This could be very, very tight. Yeah, and as I predicted, Tazonic stays out the extra lap to not lose any time. I think this has harmed Loki, although he doesn't have to do turn 1 and 2. This is going to be very close, right on board with Loki, and he's got him. Big slide as well from 5 Crown. He's lost the lead of the race in the pit stops, and that could have been heavily to do with the unsafe release from the ARTs. Which is just a massively stupid feature on the game's part, that it releases you into another car. As Platinum just at the fastest lap of the race, down in P6 at the moment. Green King's AI has pit yet again. But yeah, Loki has taken the lead of the race and has kept about a second gap as well to 5. So that's crucial for this race. There's only, 6 laps left to go here in Vietnam for the feature race. 6 long laps of these guys, especially in these wet conditions. It does look like it's drying up, however. The rain does not look as heavy as it was at the beginning of the race, so I think it's just going to go to light rain for the end, which means they'll still have to stay out on these wet tyres. Oh, big twitch from 5. Held it nicely though. And he's just going to be trying to close in there on Loki, try and retake his lead. I don't know if Nicholas pit. I don't think he has. Yeah, he's still got front wing damage, so he hasn't pit yet. If he pits, that means Mr. Tado's in the points. How has Mr. Tado got a fuel light on an F2 car? Is Mr. Tado going to run out of fuel? No! Tado! Don't do it! I believe. Tazonic is now pit as well. He's going to come out, I think about P4, maybe P3? It's going to be close. Oh, he's just jumped him. Just into P3 for Tazonic there. Ahead of Stewart, but he's got a massive gap to the front too. I think even if these guys just keep battling, Nicholas picks up the first time penalty of the weekend. 3 seconds. 5 has got a bit twitchy, however I think he's got a decent enough run. Getting in the slipstream. That gap is slowly coming down. I don't think it's going to be enough though to get a move into this hairpin. Unless he properly sends it, but I don't think he will. No, he doesn't. Stays behind. Gap's now about half a second. As it's going to go through this really difficult place to follow, so I wouldn't imagine we'll see a move here. am I able to join next Saturday race? I'm sure if you message one of the admins, if you're already in our Discord, yeah, hopefully you're already in the Discord, so if you just message one of the admins, 5 would be your best bet for the F2 stuff. Yeah, pop him a message and I'm sure we can get you a seat for next week. It'll be China next weekend because we're doing the non pre-Corona 2022 2020 calendar. Loki sits the fastest lap at 2 minutes 2.5, and that is about a second quicker than 5. But yeah, get in touch with one of the admins as long as you're in our Discord. If not, then yeah, still message one of the admins. They'll get you in one of the they'll get you in the Discord, get you your roles set up. If you're wanting to race in F2, as Platinum sets the fastest lap of the race, elevated up to P5. A little bit of team orders going in dams there. Platinum being the faster of the two. At this current moment in time, takes the position. But Loki is starting to pull away from 5 Crown here. 1.7 seconds now is the gap. I thought Funky was going to go for a move there on his teammate, even just after letting him through. That would have been quite interesting, wouldn't it? But lap 12 of 16. About 3.5 laps left now. About 4.5 laps left, rather. For the drivers. Done really well to only have one DNF. That being Bradford. Oh, no, he's round. Oh no. Don't get beached on the curb. He hasn't. That's good. That's lost him the lead. That's a crucial mistake. Oh, that really hurts to watch. He's got a very tall mountain to climb now. As Platinum, I think he's lost it in the S's again. Has he got front wing damage? Can I have a better camera, please? Please, better camera. I'll give you a cookie. Oh. No, he hasn't. I think he just almost lost it. Nicholas is round again. I think he's lost even more front wing. He's still missing just that half on the right. Or the right end plate. So that'll probably be about orange damage. That's not ideal for Nicholas either. Mr. Tado is in the points though. Oh no, he's gone wide. He's going to lose a place to Taz. Taz has half a front wing as well. That's not going to do him any world of wonders. But Green King. Oh, Taz has almost lost it again. He holds it. Bit of Tokyo drift there from the HWA driver. But Loki has actually gained time already on 5. So if 5 makes a mistake in these last 3.5 laps, then Loki could be right back in there. But that is just costly for him. He's going to have Tazonic on him as well. He's 3.5 seconds behind. So 5 Crown now takes the lead of the race. Or is in the lead of the race, should I say. From Loki in 2nd, Tazonic 3rd, Stuart in 4th, Funky Cactus all the way up to 5th. Platinum 6th, Zombez 7th, Aaron in 8th, Nicholas 9th, Green King, although he's AI'd, so I don't think he counts, is in 10th, so I believe that will be Taz in P10, Mr. Tado in P11, and Richard P12. So that technically means then Bradford and Green King are the 2 non-finishers so far this race. Oh, that's a yellow flag. Who's that for? I think that's Green King's AI. No, that is Richard. Spinning again. It's not been the best of weekends for him, but he is still learning his wheel, and I don't think he uses many assists. But Green King's AI is going for a move on Taz here, sorry. I think the yellow flag is just Richard getting out of the way of everyone. Talo goes wide again at that corner. He's not having the best of times there. But Platinum's back past his teammate Funky. I think they've swapped again. But it's actually quite smart to do it that way, because then if you... the lower down the points you finish towards like 8th, the more points you no, the further up the grid, sorry, that you start in the sprint race. So it's actually genius. Like, you could strategically lose the car about 20 times and start P8. No, I don't think that would be allowed, but now approaching the second to last lap of the race. 15 to 16, it's been quite a long race so far, but it's almost over for the drivers, and then they've got to go around again, but it won't be nearly as long as it is in the dry, hopefully. Last week I wanted to test if I was quick enough for F1 tomorrow for the last race, but no one reached out. I did ask people on Discord. Usually the admins of the Discord are usually quite busy, so it might take them a fair while to get back to you, but just ask again. Don't obviously like pester them every day, it's not nice. Mr. Taddo's in the points, lads, come on. He's got past Taz again. But yeah, just maybe send them another little like reminder message, and just be like, yeah, I asked last. Oh, Mr. Taddo's gone wide. No, Taddo. God damn it. I've got a feeling he's gonna run out of fuel, because he's had that fuel light on for absolutely ages now. No, don't run out, Taddo. As Platinum's binned it again. Oh, it's torrid time for Platinum. Taz is only 2 seconds behind Loki now, but Loki hasn't caught up to 5, so he really needs 5 to make basically the mistake he did in order to get back up there. Mr. Taddo's back over to P10. Come on, lad. You can do it. I believe. Here we go, on to the last lap now for 5 Crown. He's had a pretty good race. Very up and down. Really nice battle with Loki, and he's come out on top. He just made the most of that crucial mistake that Loki made. And he hasn't looked back since. He's just going to bring it on home now by the looks of it. Loki, P2, he's still gained 4 positions. I think he can still be quite proud of that. He's still got a podium. Obviously it's not the win that he probably would have been after. But just that little spin in the last sector's cost him dear. Tazonic, good comeback from him to come back to P3 after being pretty much stone dead last at the last few laps. That's Funky Cactus round. Stewart's had a bit of a to himself race again, but he's got 4th out of it so far. If he kind of keeps that same vein going into this sprint race, then he could be top 3 of the weekend again. have to wait and see. Funky P5 at the moment. Did just have a little bit of an off, but he's done pretty well. He's done very, very well to gain 9 positions in these tricky conditions. Platinum, torrid weekend so far for him. He just spun a couple of times. I thought that was someone at the front end, but that's Richard. Spinning or getting out of the way, or both. But yeah, Platinum, just plenty of mistakes from him. It's not ideal, but he will be starting near the front of the sprint race. Zombez, P7, he's had a bit of a quiet one, but he's in the points. Aaron has got a puncher. Oh dear. Could Nicholas catch him? Aaron's, I think he's picked really early on, and he's just got a puncher. So he's going to crawl. There you go, 5 Crown crosses the line first. Tazonic is just behind Loki, but it's not enough. It's the fastest lap of the race, though. Loki second. Yeah, Taz third. But I just want to see this little thing here. This puncher for Aaron. He's just got the last sector to navigate. It's it's Britain 2020 all over again. That tyre is wobbling like a Jehovah. He's just got this last sector, but Nicholas is just there. Taz has got ahead. Oh, Mr. Taddock's lost a lot of time. Oh, he has run out of fuel. I had a feeling he would. His fuel light was on. But he should still get P11, I believe, because I don't think Green King is going to be classified. But riding on board, I think Aaron is... Yeah, Aaron will hold off, even with a puncher. Rounding the last corner now. And across the line. It's just stopped raining as well. Oh, hit the wall as well. But Nicholas will come home in 9th. There will be Aaron on sprint race pole. Championship leader. I don't think he leads the championship anymore. I do believe Tazonic now leads the championship. Nicholas finishes 9th. Taz will come home in 10th, and then Mr. Taddo will cruise his way to a P11 finish. Richard, I think, theoretically gets 12th, and then the 2 non-finishers, technically, is Green King, and then the actual one is Bradford. But that's been a very, very good race so far. And that's some points for style across the line there for Taz. Hopefully Mr. Taddo can finish this race. He's got 40 seconds to do the last sector with no fuel. Come on, Taddo. You can do this. Just keep the foot to the floor. Don't brake, don't lift. Just drive. He's got someone behind him as well. I think that's one of the ARTs. It's Richard. Come on. No, there's 8 seconds left. 7, 6, 5. No, Taddo. No. Well, the game doesn't want to give the driver a day then. Okay. Well, I think it's either going to be Funky. It'll either be Funky, Loki, or Taz. Although Taz did lose 2 positions, but he did an amazing comeback drive. There's a double Charouz podium as well. So yeah, I think my personal driver of the day is going to be Tazonic. But I think the game would have given it to, I'd imagine, Funky for starting P14 and then finishing like P5 or 6. Let's just quickly grab the old notebook. So It says 5 first, Loki second, Tazonic third. And then you just need the sprint results once the sprint race is over, and then we'll get the top 3 of the weekend. After this is done. But only one person to get a penalty this entire weekend, and that was Nicholas. Oh, who had a bit of a disconnect out of the lobby there, I didn't notice. Oh, let's quickly have a sweet while we wait. Ah, there we go. Beautiful sunshine. Right, we're just about to get on the way now. Well, I'm not sure how many laps this one is, but we'll find out in 1 second. I'm not going to imagine it's too many. 11 laps, so Aaron on pole for the sprint race this time round. Zombez second. Let's have a quick look and see if anyone... Yeah, everyone on the medium tyres. Let's just do position change. Sure if I have a drink lying around. Hopefully I do. Quickly grab one before the race starts. Ah yes, there we go. Beautiful. I just realised one of the admins texted me. That's what it said. Hey mate, can you send me a screenshot of some TT laps from Britain and Belgium? Is it alright if I send them in? Yep. I'm pretty sure everyone, or most of the people in this league, are also British or English. With a select few being either American or, if you're 5 Crown and you're Dutch. Nicholas and Loki are German. So there's a fair few nationalities, but I think the vast majority is English. So yeah, you're more than welcome to send them in. Aaron spun. You're more than welcome to send them in the morning. I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm not sure if that means you'll be able to race the tomorrow's race. I think if you do it in the morning, it should be fine. But yeah, just send them in, and then you'll have to ask one of the guys, one of the admins, to sort you out from there. But yeah, it should be no problem at all. Yeah, do a good few laps, just so they can get a good average of your pace and all that fun jazz. But anyways, here we go, forming up the grid now. I'll have to do a really quick rundown because I was reading Chatto. Aaron first, Zombie second, Platinum third, Funky fourth, Stuart fifth, Tazonic sixth, Loki seventh, 5 Crown 8th, Nicholas 9th, Taz 12th, Green Kings AI still 11th, Tado 12th, Rich 13th, Bradford 14th, but here we go. Any minute now, come on. There we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights for the sprint race here, round number 4. Lights out and away we go. That's someone not getting off the line. That's Tazonic. Oh no, not Tazonic, sorry. Zombe's not getting off the line, but Aaron has got off to a really good start, as have both of the Dams drivers. They're already up into P2 and 3. I'm not sure, I think, yeah, there you go, Platinum in P2, Funk in P3, Stuart's P4, Non-Right Loki's in P5, Nicholas P6. I'm just waiting for these orders to sort themselves out properly, because they're quite glitched at the moment. Mr. Tado is leading race again. I think they've sorted themselves out now, but there we go. Aaron still maintains his lead, but Platinum is right behind him now. He's got his teammate for company as well. Let's just ride on board the outboard shot for now. There we go, riding on board now. Is he going to have this move done? On this straight, he's thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it. Still on the toe. Down the inside he goes for the hairpin. And he takes the lead. And his teammate follows him through. Aaron's just lost 2 positions in a corner. It's not gone ideally for him. Stuart's down. Stuart's right on him as well. Non-right Loki in 5th as well. There's someone tumbling down the order. That is Nicholas. But Bradford up into 8th. He's going to get a point. Stay there, Brad. I believe. Tazonic in 9th. Mr. Tado is 10th. Green King's AI 11th, Nicholas 12th, Richard 13th, and 5 crowns. Something bad has really happened to him. He's got front wing damage, and he's down in 14th. But up at the front, here we go. It is a Dams 1-2, and they have absolutely left town so far. That is Tazonic coming into the pits. It's really unfortunate for him. He's really going to have to hope there's a safety car to pull him back into this race. That 3 of 11, DRS enabled. Is it 3 of 11? No, it should be 2 of 11. Oh, Tazonic has left the session. Is he... I don't know if he's had some kind of issue with his hardware. That's a massive shame for Tazonic. He had a really good feature race there. Sprint. Oh my good god, that's a huge crash. Taz just rear-ended Loki by the looks of it, both of them. Loki's round, and Taz is off the track. He's going to be slowing right down, making sure he can get out of the way of everyone. But that is huge. That's quite a nice camera. There you go. See that little shot, that hairpin, that was quite nice. But that was a huge smash there for Taz and Loki. So that'll be a pit stop for both of those guys. It's going to be a very, very jumbled up top 3 of the weekend. I'll have to wait and see what happens. Bradford up into 5th. He's gained 9 positions already from P14. Let's have a quick read of Chatto before anything happens. What should I do, time trial or practice in F1? Just go into the time trial mode, pick the... Well, to be fair, you can pick any car, because you can go equal performance. But I'd say for now do it in the Mercedes, or maybe even your own multiplayer car. Make sure the performance is on equal. And yeah, just do a few laps of time trial around both of the tracks. And then, yeah, just send them in as quickly as you can. Make sure you do like multiple laps, don't do just like 1. Do like 3 or 5. 5 will probably be the better number, but yeah, just make sure 5 like valid lap times. Aaron picks up a penalty. Yeah, 5 valid laps, and around both circuits should be fine. Just to send those in. As Nicholas gets past Bradford by the looks of it, Bradford's going to fight back. Down the inside, bit of a wheel rub. Oh, Tazonic has joined, so I think he just had a bit of a disconnect there. Oh, tap the rear from Brad on Nicholas there. And Bradford loses the position. He's still in P6, however. As Richard has spun at the hairpin. It's been not a very good weekend for him. He's did a bit of setup work, I think, but Bradford coming back at Nicholas here, absolutely flying. Oh, outbreaks himself into the hairpin though. It could lose him another place. No, it won't. He's going to somehow get the switch back. Around the outside. Nicholas going to keep it down the inside of the sector split. Bradford breaks later. Off track. Side by side through here. That's not going to end well. And no, it hasn't. Nicholas is round and in the wall. Yeah, I literally called that. You cannot go side by side through here. It's just impossible. Mr. Tado's up into 6th, lads. Let's go. Get in there. Five is, I think, going to get past him here. Like, oh, he defends. Go on, Tado. Down the inside, send it. Oh, no, that's... No, stay there, Taz. No. Oh, get it right. Oh, that's a spin for Aaron. Ready goes. Oh, there it is. Everyone's going to be spinning and... yeah, just spinning and spinning by the looks of this. It's all still up at the front. Dan's 1-2. At 5. Oh, that's a late move from Tado there. I think that's AI for 5 as he records the incident. That was a very late move there, a bit naughty from Mr. Tado. Don't know if 5 has got any damage from that. I don't think he has. That's the wrong carbon. Oh, he has got damage. There's Aaron's round again. Here we go, that's Tado losing a place to 5. And also Loki. Loki's now in on this as well. He's going to go down the inside of 5 at the hairpin. Is he going to get this done? 5's going to have the outside, the better traction. But Loki takes the move. That was a great manoeuvre there from Loki. He is a man on a mission right now. He's got the move done up into 6th place. What time are the races tomorrow? Div 2 is at 7. Div 1 is at 9. It's just a matter of if they can get you like cleared and everything like that before the race, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so I wouldn't quote me on that. But I believe we're going to be having a little off-season, or a little off-season championship, like a little cup. After this race is done, just to kind of keep all the drivers entertained and see out the game, which I think will be 6 100% races, or is it going to be 6, or it won't be 6, it'll be 12 25%, so I'm going to do 2 a night. I'm not sure, I'll have to double check the voting, but we'll have to wait and see. But there should be a little like one-off championship after this. Should definitely be able to join for, but I'm just not 100% on joining for tomorrow's races. But here we are then. 5, Loki and Brad. Loki's got DRS on Bradford. To the outside he goes. He's going to have that done. His teammate's going to look down the inside of the pair of them. This is going to be close. Oh, that's huge contact between 5 and Loki. Oh, loses the rear end. Hits him. Loki's going to have a fair few things to say about that. That was a very, very late lunge from 5. Bradford keeps his position so far. Loki keeps 6th. Platinum sets a fast lap of the race. He is absolutely gone at the moment. I think he's definitely has a dry setup on. He was struggling in the rain, but look, in the dry, he is just gone. Oh, excuse me. do apologise about that. It's not a good idea to breathe and drink at the same time. 5 back on... Oh no, Loki back on Brad, sorry. Looks to the outside, can't quite get the move done. 5 is on the back of these guys again. Is he going to go down the inside? Yes, he is. Can he hold this one round the outside? They're still side by side. That is an amazing move so far. Can he get this pulled off? 3 wide. Oh, that's very, very close to contact. Down the inside he goes. Oh, this is very, very on the limit. Very elbows out stuff. And 5 gets the move done. Oh, Bradford's just sent it. Picks up a penalty for multiple warnings. Well, better a penalty than taking someone out of the race. So it was quite smart there from Brad. And that is 5 up into 5th. 5 up into 5. 5th crown for now. And he's got Loki behind him. Bradford just losing 2 positions there, and now has a penalty. Mr. Taddo's still in the points. Come on, Mr. Taddo. I believe. That's 7 of 11. It was very wide from Bradford there. I think this is going to be the on-track battle for now between 5 and Loki. So far, 5 leading the charge. It's still all business as usual at the front. Oh, Aaron picks up 2 penalties there. Into the pits he goes. Is that going to be a retirement, maybe? I don't think so. Maybe he's just pitting for fastest lap. I think he should get it. I think the entire field gets it. Diff rev glitch. It's a ride on ball with 5 for a minute. Both of these guys have front wing damage. They're going to be equally like holding each other up. A lock up there from 5. Oh, this rev glitch, come on. It's been a thing for ages and it's just not ever patched. I think it's been a thing for about 3 or 4 games now. It's ridiculous. But it's still going to be these two just battling away. With Platinum at the front just absolutely disappearing. Zombez has had a pretty quiet race. He's in P4. As has Stuart. To be fair, Stuart's done the same thing twice now. He's just had a quiet race all to himself. And he's kept with it. He could maybe be top 3 again. Ooh, yellow flags. Is that Richard or is that Aaron? That's Richard. Round at the second to last corner. Running ball with Loki. Still not close enough to make a move on 5. Oh, he's going to go for it anyway. Down the inside of the hairpin from a long way back. Gets the move done. These guys are getting very shouldersy out now. I presume it's, you know, to quote Top Gear, I presume at some point there's going to be a simply hideous accident. Oh, side by side through here, surely not. 5 backs out of it. Smart thing to do. If these guys both have front wing damage, they're both going to be struggling through here. It's quite even actually, because I think 5's missing the left. No, 5's missing the right side. Loki's missing the left side, so it's quite evened out. Yeah, 5 has got the Loki, sorry, has got the move done on 5. Only 3 laps to go. Ooh, yellow flags. That's Taz and Richard. Spinning opposite ends of the track in unison. 5 is right on the back of Loki again. He's got DRS. Is he going to go for a bit of a lunge as Loki did to him? It's just like a Verstappen Leclerc thing in 2019. He doesn't go for one here. Probably going to be waiting until the next straight and just replicate what Loki did. But this is really good racing so far. It's right on the limit between aggressive and unfair and just really entertaining to watch. Here we go, 5 crown, DRS wide open. He's going to have this done way before the hairpin. So just going to be seeing, can Loki hold on into the braking zone? No, he can't. Stays behind him for now. We'll have another shot on the next lap. But this is the battle so far. Tazonic has got back up into the points, into P8, so this will be another point for him. Mr. Tado's got huge front wing damage, he's down into P9. Bradford has a penalty, but I don't think that's going to promote Tado up into P8, and I think Taz could definitely maybe get that gap down. He's got a chance of getting that gap down to at least 3 seconds, which is what he needs. But I don't think Tado with that front wing damage can replicate the same. No, he's really struggling. But there you go, Taz has already got that gap right down. So Taz is going to look for a P7 here, but I think Brad could still get a point as long as he keeps it on the road. Lap 10 of 11, 2 laps to go now. Platinum, sorry, has been out front pretty much since the start and has not looked back since. That unison move from the Dams drivers, and that's a 1 and 2 for them so far. That's I think Richard getting out of the way or spinning. Stewart in P3, Zombears had a bit of a quiet one in 4th, 5, and Loki still battling out for P5. 7th at the moment is Taz. He has got past Bradford. Taz, no, not Taz, sorry, Mr. Tado, P9, Nicholas, I think he's just spun down the straight and lost a lot of his front wing. P10, Green Kings AI, P11. Taz, P12, with huge front wing damage. Richard, 13th, and Aaron, 14th. Championship, what was the championship leader out of the first couple of races, has not had the best of luck this time round in Vietnam, but that has blown the championship wide open. So this is going to set us up for a really, really nice championship. I think this is going to be a very, very competitive field onto the last lap now. As there's yellow flags, I believe that's Nicholas. Yes, it is. Just wanted to double check that. He's not had the best of races. Usually it comes undone for him, which is quite sad. He's a very, very speedy driver. It's just he's got a bit too heavy of a right foot. But 5 has lost out a fair amount of time there. Or has he just been passed? Also, I just looked down to turn my phone charger off. It's my bad, I might have just missed Loki getting past. I think 5 will still have DRS though on the car just behind Loki, but I don't think it's going to be enough now. I think he's just too far ahead. Yeah, I think he's just too far ahead now. Loki, I think, is secured 5th. There we go, Platinum, last corner, and there you go, the lead, the winner. Funky Cactus picks up the final lap on the last lap of the race. Dams 1-2. Little bit of a, hang on quickly, just a bit of a side-by-side action there between the two dams after the race. And there you go. Stewart comes home in P3, Zombez P4. Although actually, Nomrat Loki's right behind him. Nah, he's got it this one. So yeah, Zombez 4th, Nomrat Loki P5. That'll be 5 Crown P6. Tazonic P7. Rounding the last corner now. Good comeback drive from him, considering he wasn't in the session for the first couple of laps, and he's got 2 points. Bradford, at the moment P8. I think he'll keep it anyway. Yes, he will. Oh my god. Tallow doesn't need a front wing. Look at that. Lad. Doesn't need downforce. Yeah, Bradford picks up 1 singular point in P8. Mr. Tallow, 1 position off the points, but still gets a top 10 finish. Green Kings AI will come home in 10th. Nicholas. Another pretty torrid weekend for him, coming home in P11. Taz, FW down in P12. Richard finishes 13th, and Aaron retired, I believe on the last lap, in 14th. So that has been your weekend here at Vietnam. It's quite a long one, considering it was raining. There you go, Bradford gets driver of the day from the game. But it's Platinum, Funky, and then Stewart. And then I'll just get the top 3 of the weekend in just a second, and then I'll invite them all to the party. I got a feeling Tazonic's going to be one of them. But I'll just let the podium play out, just as we always do. And we'll go from there. That's not my phone charger cable. Right. Oh, wow. So it's top 3 of the weekend is 5, Loki, and Funky. Loki and Funky got the same points, and then Platinum got 1 point less than Funky. Oh. Oh, 5 and oh no. 5 and Loki after the absolute beautifulness that happened in the sprint race, and I'm going to be interviewing both of them. This is going to be class. I love it. Right, so it's 5, Loki, Funky. Right, once we're back in the lobby and I can actually invite them, because this game is very, very broken, I shall do so. Come on, game, in your own time. You know, we've just only been streaming for 105 minutes. God's sake. Oh, there we go. Right, so we got Loki. 5 crown. And Funky was the last one. Gamer card. There we go. There we go, they're all in. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right. I'm hoping everything is all included automatically. I think it does.
No, it's not automatic.
No, you have to do it yourself.
No. Alright, make sure you've all got your already included then. Good. Right. All three of you here, aren't you? Yes, cool. So this is your top 3 of the weekend. Not the top 3 I was actually expecting after that sprint race, but it is unbelievably close. We have 5 top over the weekend, Loki second, and Funky just chipping away his teammate by 1 point, and also tied with second. So we'll start with third, Funky. Pretty contrast races from what I saw. You had a bit of a quiet one in the feature, like keeping yourself to yourself and cruising home. I should have written down where you finished, amateur hour, but you finished, I don't know, somewhere in the top 10 because you did start quite high up the field, but still picking up some decent points with you and your teammate. And then in the sprint race, you came home with a P2 after you and your teammate did one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, which is both of you overtaking one car in one corner. Just a little synchronised move between teammates. It's really entertaining to watch. And then snagging fastest lap as well, giving yourself 23 points, or 24, one of the two, over this weekend, and third overall, so must be pretty happy with your weekend this time out.
Yep, it was really good. Sorry about the background noise, but the feature race, yeah, it was a bit of a quiet. It was just me and Platt just going around, and but yeah, the sprint races were all kicked off. Me and Platt came home in 1 and 2, and overall it was really good for the weekend for the team as well. But yeah, I think I finished P5 in the feature race, and then after P2 in the sprint.
Yeah, I think you gained 2 positions. Yeah, it was P5 then. Yeah, you gained 2 positions in the sprint race, so very well done for you and your teammate. So really good points haul for Dams over this weekend.
Thank you.
Moving on to second place with the exact same amount of points as third. Just because this championship needs to be that little bit closer, although it already is Loki. Starting off with your feature race, so close to that win, like leading a fair amount, having a really good battle with 5, and then you started pulling away, got to about 2 seconds in front, I was thinking here in the comms box, it's like, he's got this in the bag, come on, he can get this win, and then to see us sideways through the S section was just agonising. It must have been for you as well. Yeah, still really good drive anyway to get that P2. But when the win was there, surely it's that little bit bittersweet.
Yeah, it's just annoying because I spun myself again like a complete idiot. Yeah, I had a good race. I think I tried to be careful in the feature, but yeah, not careful enough apparently.
But yeah, congratulations for that. And then your sprint race as well. You and 5 were pretty much the battle of the weekend. Battling him pretty hard, and it was really entertaining to watch, just pushing that limit of what's good, what's not, and really entertaining battle to watch between you two. And then getting the upper hand in the dying stages of the weekend to come home in 5th. So yeah, just securing the 23 or 24 points overall this weekend for yourself. Pretty good points haul for your team as well, with Taz getting 3rd in the feature race and also pole position. He just missed out, I think, by a couple of points on 4th. So I think he got 5th and on about 20 points over the weekend. So really good points haul for you and your team. But just give us some words on your sprint race.
Yeah, the sprint race was quite awful for me. I think lap 2 I got hit from behind from TSFW. He kind of forgot to brake or something. I don't know what happened. And I had yellow wing damage. Then yeah, I was 5, and I don't know who else it was. I think Bradford. Not sure.
Bradford, yeah, it was both of the Carlins.
Yeah, and I was in front, and then I don't know, 5 kind of braked a bit too late, and from then on I had orange wing damage. It was not really better. uh, yeah, but then had a great battle with 5 again the last laps, and well, I'm happy that I won that battle. Lost that first one, so yeah.
Well, you got him back in the sprint race, but very well done for your weekend, second overall.
Thanks.
And now moving on to the man of the weekend, finally, is 5, the runner-up from last season. Made your remedies from Australia for that torrid weekend, with obviously the win in the feature race, and just got about P6, just losing out to Loki at the end, but really good weekend from my point of view, at least. Yeah, give us your view.
Yeah, the feature race was quite difficult. I had to switch around with the brake bias quite a lot because I didn't want to have the same issue that I had in Australia, where I kept locking the rear. But yeah, the feature race, it should have been Loki really who should have won, but obviously he, I don't know, lost traction, hit a curb, I don't know, something like that. And
I just spun.
Just spun, okay, whatever.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, it was a shame for Loki, Jesus Christ. But yeah, it was quite nice to win.
Yeah, congratulations. And just between you two as well, really well done for your battle over the entire weekend. Just really enjoyable to watch from both races between you two, battling it out. And yeah, really made a good watch, and hopefully you guys think so too once this is uploaded to YouTube, or if you guys go back and watch it soon. But it's been a really enjoyable weekend to watch. Getting the numbers up as well, 14 drivers this week. Yeah, it's been a really good overall weekend, so congratulations to the top 3. That is it for F2 this week. We'll be back next week for the Chinese Grand Prix, Saturday 9 PM as per usual, and it is the last race of the F1 league tomorrow. Around Brazil, the two back-end races were swapped around, so we have Brazil. This time round we'll have D2 at 7 PM, D1 at 9 PM. It'll be, I believe, Butler and Tazonic for, I think, the last time. Next for the D2 race, and then D1, I believe, will be Loki and Legend, as per usual. So make sure you join us for that. Hopefully Brazil will throw up a really good race like it always does, both real life and league racing. It's just one of those tracks that could really be up there. If we had a nuts race at Austria, Italy and Abu Dhabi, I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. But that is it from us at RF1 today, and we will be back tomorrow.